In the aerospace industry, it's pretty important to have really good quality and also be able to adapt on the fly to make any changes that the customer may want. At CMS, we design the cabin management systems. You have your lights, any ancillary thing inside the aircraft you want to control. Turning on upwash, downwash lights, read lights, table lights, call system, changing the temperature, any of those things that you would have in the interior of the aircraft, just for the comfort and enjoyment of the people inside the cabin. Our customers are mainly people who own their own jets. They may also be charter companies, and they may want to refurbish the aircraft, give it a new look, or just fix some switch panels that are broken. If the head-up button and the light doesn't work anymore, they can't actually purchase that switch anymore. They have to go get a new one made, or sometimes a whole new system. And so that's where we come along, is we'll replace all the switch panels, all the personal controls that you touch, the monitors, replace speakers, anything that they want inside the airplane. Came across the Markforged printer. I saw the carbon fiber inlay, and I thought that was pretty intriguing. And I think I ordered one of the little parts you can get. Of course, we burned it instantly. It was passed with flying colors. I mean, no drips, no smoke. We use our two Markforged X7s to make anything from the end product that the customer touches, but also the brackets that are holding the products into place. We're printing any test fixtures we need to do. We are printing some of our cabin controllers. They have large housings that fill up the volume. We will print anything we can print. A lot of parts, you would want to simulate it to see if it's going to break in this environment or that environment, and it takes a lot of time to do that when you're doing any of the finite element analysis. Sometimes it's faster for me just to print the part and go test it.
My name is Jeff McCormick. I'm responsible for the operations and certification for Cabin Management Solutions. The FAA process for us to certify our parts, we do something called the Supplemental Type Certificate. Within that Supplemental Type Certificate, there are requirements where we have to meet federal regulations. We do everything from temperature variation, humidity, shock, vibe, centrifuge. We do magnetic effect, power input, voltage spike, EMI, both conducted and radiated, ESD, burn, so we do flammability, head strike, ball impact, static load, and more to come.
So on this particular aircraft, we have about 100 parts printed on a Markforged printer. Everything inside the plane is plated, like the cup holders, the lights. I mean, every little handle you see in here is a lot of it's even plastic that's been plated, but you wouldn't know whether or not it is once it gets plated, because it still feels like metal. Same with our bezels, and same with anything that we want to make on the printer and plate. Some of the parts inside the monitors are also 3D printed, like the latches, the push release button, any of the alignment pins, because they actually come off the walls. And then inside the switch panels, you've got, there's housing, a front cover, there's a strain relief for the cable coming out, there's a little USB hatch. There's pretty much anything we could think of that we could print, we should print. One of the things that we know is really important about 3D printing is just the lead times that it lets me have. If I wasn't 3D printing my parts, I'd have to machine them or have them done at a sheet metal shop. With 3D printing, you don't have to wait to get the material in. You already have it. Just hit a button, my parts come out, and I'm on to the next one. Really important to have throughput, be as fast as possible, and be able to change with anybody's requests. We are a small company, and having a 3D printer just kind of goes along with, being a small company. It's nice to be able to say, hey, we can do this, we can bring on this thing that nobody else is really going to think about, and then we can cause big waves in our industry because of it. Markforged printers, they really have helped us get to that point where we can compete with these huge companies. Markforged has been investing their efforts in the aviation industry before us and then also with us. And I think that's really good to, have that partner, have somebody who knows what you want, because you're in this industry and they understand, well, if I'm going to make change, I'm going to make change to benefit that industry. Pretty important. You don't really get that with a lot of other companies.
Working with Markforged has been a great partnership. Requests that we've required to meet the FAA requirements have been attended to, and the speed at which they responded to us was amazing.
I'm looking forward to seeing what Markforged is going to do in the aviation industry going forward. I'm sure there's a lot of areas that they can expand on and help me, probably help everybody else.